Hey everybody, I want to take a few minutes to explain to you what my experience was like getting a coronavirus test at a drive-through location. I want to thank Church of the Hilands in Birmingham, Alabama for putting this together. They pulled all the resources and it was remarkable how well organized they are. I arrived at the Church of the Highlands facility at 7:50 this morning. I strongly recommend that you go to the bathroom first before you start this process because you're going to be quarantined inside your car for as long as it takes to complete this test. So, as I drove in to the parking lot, they directed me to a specific parking location. They spaced the cars. There's an empty space between each car in the parking lot. So that's great. Um, and you are only going to open your window twice. And the rest of the time, you are expected to keep everything closed up. So if you need to run your car to keep the climate where you need it to be, then so be it. So I received a packet. I opened the window about yay much, and in comes the packet, and there is a form A and B. I filled that out, and I read further that I'm going to need my driver's license and insurance card. So I had that ready, and then after a while, and it took a while, did I mention you really need to go to the bathroom before you start this? But after a while, the cars in front of me started moving, and they again directed the cars to go in the order they were um, in the order that they came in. So we were put into a single file line in the cars, and then we drove down the parking lot a ways, and then we did a U-turn, or kind of a hairpin turn, back to the front of the building, and at that point it split into two lines. Did I mention it's a good idea to go to the bathroom before you start this process? So when you're in the two lines, when I was in the two lines, I came up to where I was the next person to be serviced, and so at that point, you're going to drive from there to one of several bays that they have open. And for some reason, they assume that since you're getting tested for coronavirus, you no longer know how to drive, so they expect you to drive it super slow, be very respectful, and asking them to check the tire pressure and the oil level. Probably not a good idea. I would recommend you not do that. I'm just saying. But at this point, when they're in the bay, we are not going to open our window. We keep our window up, and we're just exchanging the information that we filled out on Form A and B, and our driver's license and our insurance card. So this is keyed into their computer. And then, after that's done, we're ready to go to the next phase. We're almost done. So I backed out of that bay, followed a man that I was directed to follow, and then I got a cell phone conversation with a doctor. He's looking at me straight in the face, but he calls me on the cell phone. I'm keeping my quarantine boundaries secured, and we have a brief conversation. He asked some clarifying questions from me just to verify who I am. Do I have any questions? I said no. So and then I inch forward to the next station, which is the final station. And at that point, it was the people are in full hazmat gear, and they're sanitizing as best as perfectly as I can. Um, and so at some point, quickly, you're going to lower the window just enough for them to stick a swab in your nose and hold it for about 5 seconds up there in your sinuses. So it's a little uncomfortable. It wasn't that bad. Um, and then you're done, and relief is on the way. So it was a good experience. I was really pleased with how the Hilands put this together. Really grateful for them to put it together. And I want to see more of this done because we all need to know where we stand with this, quite frankly. There's a hell of a lot more people that have this problem than we know of so far. We need to know how many people have it. So I wish you the best and good health to you, and God bless. Have a good night. Bye.